morning, YouTube. This is your boy Jamar84 here once again, and we are back after a very long hiatus for both me and this program. Chasing Atlanta Season 5, y'all. Now, if y'all remember, I started reviewing Chasing Atlanta from Season 4 because I binged the first 3 seasons before, catching up. And I was so excited for this program to be back for a multitude of reasons. One, just because I'm a fan. I'm very much so loving to see my LGBTQI plus queer people doing it, living it up and doing the damn thing. But as such a great fan of the show, I've gotten to film with parts of the show, be at certain events like this one included in the first episode, and be credited as a camera operator for part of the season, which is super, super dope, like being a part of one of your favorite shows. So again, shout out to Andario, the executive producer. And if y'all actually didn't see me and Scotty's interview with Andario, make sure you go to Scotty's channel over at Scotty by Nature TV. Check out our interview on the Prelude. Super, super dope interview. A lot of great insight, a lot of great tea about the season. If you want to know a little something, something, go check us out. And I was talking with Scotty because we was like, since you were part of the process primarily for filming the whole season, where you sort of know a lot of what's going on before the public does, how are you going to review the show? And I mean, I'm still going to find a way to do it, just to talk about the episode and just my thoughts on it, because even though you see something or you are part of a filming, it still looks different in post-production. So it's still, you can just watch. I'm just gonna watch it as the episode is shown. All right. So let's go ahead and try to get into it. So we are introduced to, the first scene is with my good friend, Rico with a K, performing at the Pink Polaris concert. I think this was a while back. I think this was a while back. I had been in Atlanta for just a few months when this was when we went to this concert. But Rico was opening for Eli Liberty, another close friend of mine, which, shameless plug, me and Eli Liberty are a part of the Online Dating for Men comedy show on the Watch ACTV network. So make sure y'all go to watchactv.com, download the app. Him and I are playing roles in a 6-episode series called Online Dating for Men. Make sure you go check that out. Super, super funny. Episode 2 with Eli just came out. So, shameless plug. Just want to show you that. But yeah, we was there for Eli's performance. We got to see Rico do his thing. Rico did Cocky as Fuck with Lil Kendra. They both killed the stage. Y'all know we love us some Kendra. And Kendra looked amazing in this confessional look, baby. I think Kendra won the confessional look challenge, if there was one, to be honest with you. Like, she looked good. She got the girls out, she got the wig done, she got the makeup done. So I'm like, you know what, it's just good to see my girl Kendra. I love me some Kendra. Can't wait to start bringing everybody back again for round 2 on the Prelude. Can't wait to bring everybody back. So Cameron is there, and once the show was over, Rico did his thing, Eli did his thing, all the performers did their thug dizzle on stage. You get Rico, Cameron, Kendra, and Wayne outside. And so Cameron asked the question, where's the best friends? Because Dominique and Troy were not at the event. And Rico's kind of stuck, like, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they communicated, if Dominique and Troy were able to communicate with Rico beforehand. I'm pretty sure they would have, because that's what I know them to do. But his face was kind of like, I don't know, but I mean, I'm sure that it was a good reason. That was kind of the energy that Rico was giving me. But Cameron was kind of like, girl, that's supposed to be your good bitches. Like, if you got a big show like this, I mean, like, they're supposed to be here, child. I'm just like, oh, girl, here we go with the mess. And then, so we start asking questions like, Cameron, what's your relationship with the rest of the girls? And when it came down to Dominique, you said, we good. But when it came to Troy, it was like, well, we kind of had some friction going on at the Chicago trip, Troy, like, this is my understanding of the whole Cameron and Troy thing, is They were at different events, and then Dominique was trying to like take pictures of Troy, and Dominique kind of kindly asked Cameron to move out of the way, but then Troy was like really snippy, and Troy just had like this sort of, I guess, bratty attitude throughout the trip. And that's kind of like why Cameron was like, "You're not about to just talk to me any kind of way or any kind of crazy." And I guess they just never sorted that out since then, because the Chicago trip was months prior. So I guess there's still some residual beef going on with the two of them. I'm just like, chill. But this is sort of the foundation of the big blowout between Dominique and Cameron at the end of the episode. So this was the seed that got planted. So the next we see Oliver. Now, Lord knows I love me some Oliver. Oliver knows I love me some him. But this was such a strange segment. I don't know why it just felt so strange. Like, he was singing, it sounded great. I love the little coif gray situation you had going on in there. In his confessionals, he had the pure white going on. I said, girl, he's giving us innocence. Now, is he innocent? Stay tuned. But but he's giving a great confessional look that I really, really like. And I don't know I can't remember the name of the artist, but that song that was like really, really popular in the 80s called Physical, that's what I thought he was about to break out in. Like, he was singing, and then he started getting into this 80s music video type of vibe. And I guess he was talking about, he has a new attitude. He has a new outlook on life. He's going to approach things differently this season. Because, Oliver was all in the mess last season. Really the season before that, too. So we're going to see how, he's going to take this new attitude for this season and where it goes. So after Oliver, we see Jay Amore. We get introduced to my good sis, Jay Amore. Love Jay. Super, super talented stylist. We just left from his fashion show this past week, and it was incredible stuff. Jay's really, really talented. That's all I can say about that. The man can sell. Okay, so if y'all saw that yellow gown on my Instagram, for those that follow me, I had that. It was made by somebody else, but there were some measurements where I couldn't fully put it on comfortably. And Jay kind of helped me sew off the sleeves, put it back together, and kind of just tighten in certain areas. So had he not helped me, I would not have been able to make that dress happen. So again, shout out to Jay for saving my ass. So him and Cameron meet in the fabric store, and he's under the impression that Cameron is going to come in to get some fabric to try to work on his new line or designs or what have you for his company. And he just comes in talking about the mess. That there's a network event that's happening, and they're trying to ask this question of like, what does Troy do? And I know that's been like a running thing about what it is that Troy does. And if you look at the Instagram now, you see what Troy does. Troy is a host. He's bringing back his talk show, and like, I'm telling you, stay tuned. Troy's doing some amazing things with some amazing people. I'm very, very proud of him and what he's doing and his trajectory, but I don't think by the end of the season we'll be asking this question again of what does Troy do, because we're gonna be able to see it for yourself. But so they're talking about, they're gonna go to this networking event, and we're gonna see them go like, all right. And I loved how Jay shaded. He was like, I thought we were going to sit here and talk about your line, but we just here to talk about the mess. I'm just like, all right. That was still subtle shade. Jay, but I hear you. So next we get to see my good sis, Miss Dominique, do her thing at this virtual fashion show in that orange outfit that I love so much with my nephew, Mac Daddy. I love you some Mac Daddy. So he's doing his thing. Troy and Rico joined him to support. Eli Liberty was there, I believe, as well. And so they're doing a thing on the runway. They go backstage. His fiance Aunt comes in, gives him some flowers. That's so sweet and lovely. I love the two of them together. And so when they sit down and start talking, Rico kind of gives them the update about the comments that Cameron had said, because he was like, you know, they started apologizing, like, you know, I missed your show, my bad, but you know, something was going on, like asking Keisha, and Troy said that he was actually at work, so he couldn't make it. And he shared that, well, Cameron had made these comments about blah, 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 not, you know, y'all being not good friends and all this other stuff. And they just started going off. They was like, girl, I cannot believe that he was up here saying all this stuff about me, and he's trying to scramble for a storyline and all this other stuff. Oh, pause. I want to make sure I mention this as well, because Dominique, because this is when Dominique's confessional look first came in. I want y'all to know, because I made sure to put my commercial in this video, and y'all, shout out to y'all who saw my commercial as a part of the episode. Thank you again to Dario for that promo. But one of the items, my adhesive eyeliner pen that's available on the website, lexquisite.com/Nova-Cosmetics, was used for Dominique's eyeliner in his confessional look. I believe I did an amazing job. It looks good. If you want to look good too, head on over to the website. It's in my Instagram bio at Jamar84, JAMAR84. Support Black business. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I mentioned that because I almost forgot. But yeah, so they're at the back talking about, you know, how they feel like Cameron is sort of scrambling for stuff. And it's basically like, look, I may have been a brat. I may have had like a bratty moment, but you're not about to try to use me for this whole storyline purpose and blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, child, here we go. This is how we format the whole altercation. It's just leading up to the big boom at the end. So, because I'm trying to move. I really don't want these reviews to be like stupid long. I just want to cover the basics, the facts, and discuss the things we want to discuss. Shout out again to little Kendra, because Kendra meets up with Wayne and she talks about, you know, how she's still going through, of course, the ongoing struggle of being a Black trans woman, just in general. And I loved how she talked about she started like a new fund to help house, feed, and just cater towards the Black trans community, because there are still continuous murders at an alarming rate. We always see it on social media trending, but it usually, if ever, makes any sort of national real coverage because, you know, the people don't really give light to them for some reason. I don't know why, but we're not trying to go political here. But shout out to Kendra. She's talked about how she was feeling very down, and she, you know, felt like she may want to, you know, not live anymore because she lost her relationship. She lost a really, really close friend of hers. I believe she was having issues with her mother as well. So it was just a lot, you know, on a person, and she was pushing Wayne out. Like, Wayne couldn't even contact her. And, you know, when you can't contact a friend, you start to get worried. And so I'm glad they were able to talk, and Kendra was able to kind of release that, you know, those feelings of despair and just being overwhelmed. And it's good that she has a friend like Wayne who can be there for her in those moments. So again, shout out to little Kendra. We love you and we support you, we're all. So let's see, where are we at? Now we get to meet Sir Ike. And we, most of us know Ike from a previous program, Wheel of Fortune, exactly. And so, I love that joke. That was so cute. And so he's getting introduced by Cam, because him and Cam have been really, really close friends for a long time. And now, Ike, you know I can't let you get away. You know I can't let this part pass by without talking about you in that blouse. I'm just gonna talk about it real quick. Nipple. That's all I have to say about that. But yeah, so Ike, as we know, is an amazing singer, songwriter, voiceover actor. Ike and I were actually in the same movie project, The Assistant 2, where he was the voice of Chase. So make sure y'all go check out The Assistant 2 on YouTube. Yeah, that's in my bio as well. I've worked with a lot of these people. Like, these are all such great and amazing people. Like, it's so great to be able to be amongst talent such as this cast, I'll tell you that. But yes, we see Ike, and Ike is kind of just getting brought abreast through Cameron about this whole networking event. And what I found interesting about this scene is, you know, Cameron was talking about how Troy didn't send him a personal invite, but Yeah, Cameron was talking about Troy didn't send him a personal invite, but Ike said that he got a personal invite, but he don't even know Cameron he don't even know Troy like that. So it was kind of like Cameron feel like, well, shit, you don't even know this man. Y'all just like Instagram friends, but you get a personal invite, but I can't get a personal invite. I got to get an invite from a third party. That's shady. I was like, child, this girl. All I know is at the end of the day, I got a personal invite. That's the only thing that I knew about. I just like I can't speak for nobody else, but I got a personal invite. Thank you, sister. So now I think we're actually at the actual networking event. So this is where the world is introduced to my other good sis, Rico Cassadine, who is, I guess we're just sisters in drag, even though they don't do drag anymore. We're really, really close to Trinity K. Bonet as our drag sister from Drag Race. So me and her got to know each other through Trinity, I think a couple years ago. Yeah, we met like right in the middle of the pandemic that summer. So him and I have been really, really close for a couple of years. And you know, he's a really popular rapper and actor. Him and I were in The Assistant too. Go check out me and Rico Cassadine in The Assistant. I'm telling you, I got to work with a lot of great people on this cast. And he rides with Jay. Now, throughout the event, Jay is kind of feeling some sort of friction towards Troy because when Troy came over, where are you going, old man? Oh Lord. When Troy came over, he kind of like hugged everybody and I guess gave energy like Troy didn't really know Jay like that. And Jay took offense to that. So when Jay and Rico step outside, he's like, girl, we met at this, previous event, and I know that you remember me because we talked and we had this whole exchange. And Troy came out and was like, is there like a problem? Like, what's going on? Like, why y'all outside? And he's like, you should remember me from such and such, like, blah, blah, blah. I had a whole, like, I guess, like, mini confrontation, if you want to say, with Troy about, whether or not you remember or know him. But now, to Troy's defense, I meet people all the time. Well, I won't say all the time, but there's been a lot of instances where I would meet someone in some, space or whatnot, and then I'll see them again much later, and they'll be like, don't you remember me from the such and such? And I'll be like, usually I don't forget a face. I might look at the face and be like, I remember you from somewhere, I don't know where, but I've seen you before. That's usually about as bad as it gets, but like, sometimes I'm forgetful too. So I'm just like, I understood Troy in that moment. Like it very well may not have been a memorable interaction. But also, it can feel very annoying when you do know that somebody knows who you are, even though they may not, depending on factors, whatever. But when you know that somebody knows who you are and they try to act weird like you don't know who I am and all that stuff, that can feel very frustrating and annoying. So I can understand both sides, but it was just kind of funny to watch how annoying Jay got. He was like, bitch, I'm 6'7", you remember me. Now that's true, that is true. Jay is a fucking tree, okay? Even with my heels on, Jay is taller than me. I'm like, God damn. Anyway, so where are we at? Next, we're introduced to my niecey, Drew Friday. I love you some Drew Friday. Let me tell you something. This networking event was actually the very first time that Drew Friday and I met. And that's when we kind of found out that we were sort of, part of the same drag family because Trinity K. Bonet is her drag mother, and so that makes me her auntie. So we just been calling each other Niecy and TT since we met, and she's so amazing. Drew Friday performs the house down boots for your nerves, okay? And y'all saw like bits and pieces of it in the trailer. But let me tell y'all, that girl is nimble as fuck. She be flipping, dipping, diving, splitting, jumping off of shit. Like, she be all over the place. And I live. So it's so great to see her. And she is just like oogly-eyed all over Ike this whole time. Now, mind you, Ike is fine. Okay, let's not sit and pretend as if that's anything different. And I don't know where now when I first met Ike in 2020, yeah, he was still fine then, but I don't know what it is this year where he started getting shape and like a little bit body. I'm like, wait a minute, this wasn't here. I don't recall this being here before. So I don't know if you're doing squats, but keep doing it. But yeah, we get to meet you. We get to meet you Friday, and this is when Troy is on the mic, kind of just addressing everybody, thanking them for coming, and he asks if Dominique wants to say a few words. Bitch, Dominique was drunk boots, okay? And you could tell that my sister was drunk boots, okay? She said, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Did y'all be anywhere else? I know most of y'all are somewhat entrepreneurs, not really, but kinda. But yeah, thank y'all for coming. I'm just like, oh, girl. I'm like, oh, girl. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. But yeah. So Rico catches the fact that these are shots directed towards somebody, and then Cameron is in the confessional talking about, girl, you sitting there talking about people being entrepreneurs, and your friend is right there. I'm like, oh shit, Cameron, that was a good one. That made me chuckle a little bit. But then this is where, after they had made that whole address, I was actually speaking to Dominique in the scene. I forget what it was we were talking about. It could be anything. Most of this night I don't remember, because shout out to Thursday. Let me go off script for real quick, because this event was actually really cute. Shout out to Thursday, the bartender, because when I tell you that them drinks was popping and was strong, not strong, but strong with a K, okay? And the little hors d'oeuvres were really great. I was tearing them up, because when you drunk, you hungry, and they had like some little finger food and sandwiches over there. I was throwing them hoes back like it was nobody's business. But shout out to Thursday, because the drinks were amazing. But yeah, so me and Dominique were talking, and then actually, before, I hope I remember to do this. Future me editing stuff, remember to do this. I'm gonna put the clip of me and Dominique talking at the networking event.
And I'm just gonna pull them to the side and see what's going on.
Still for a second. Come on, bad bitch in the background. Come on, let's go.
Okay. Now I'm a Gemini.
So Cameron brings Dominique outside, and they have this whole altercation, right? I hate giving my opinion now because of how close I've gotten to this. But let's just take myself out of it and just watch it from an objective standpoint. I understand more so in this moment Dominique's point. Mainly because, Cameron, you admitted that in that moment when you were talking to Rico about where's the Dominique, where's the Troys, that mainly you were aiming at Troy with that shade, but by including Dominique in it, it's kind of like, well, now that you said it, now you kind of drug him into it. As you just said Troy, I felt like this whole conversation probably wouldn't have happened, or at least not to this degree. Because, Dominique is like, by you mentioning that, it's kind of making it seem like both of us are being like really bad friends, when the fact is both of us were working. And Dominique mentioned how that was the time when he first got booked with Light Skin Keisha, started working with her on a regular basis. So, when she requested him, it was the same time as the show, and he couldn't make it. But Cameron was like, you was trying to defend your friend, I was trying to defend, me, myself, and my issue is really not even with you, it's with Troy. So I don't really feel like me and you should be having an issue right now, but if you're gonna buck with me, I'm gonna buck back with you. So I don't know. It is a little crazy. I feel like this whole situation just needs to be deaded by Troy and Cameron having the conversation, as opposed to Dominique and Cameron having the conversation. But, child, and then this is when you'll see the infamous clip of me running with my drink. But let me tell you something. I told you, because I was not gonna drop that drink. Okay, I was not gonna drop that drink because that drink was good. And I did not want to feel like an alcoholic going back and forth to that bartender about 4 or 5 times. Okay, I did not want to be that girl. But Yes, girl. That was the episode, the premiere. Shout out to everybody who was congratulating, me for having the ad in there. If you guys can please, everyone hearing the sound of my voice, head to lexquisite.com/Nova-Cosmetics. Get you a palette, get you a bundle. Okay, we have eyeliner pens, we have lashes. I just put out this Galactica palette with 3 matte, 3 shimmers, and 3 loose glitters. Go get your life. We have the Sin collection of the different lips, a red, nude, violet, and a black. Come and support your boy. I'm gonna put the link in the description below if you guys want to support. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see y'all for episode 2. See y'all next week. Bye, guys.
Like, share, subscribe. Washington.